And also, this is my little intro bit for, it might be a May update, it might be a June update. It all depends on how much work I get done and how much videoing I get done out here this month. At the moment, I'm doing, it's kind of lots of little bits and pieces that you don't see much results for, but take ages. Another hello, thank you for joining. Still getting people over from the Energize post that you did, depending on when you see this, the other day or lots and lots of weeks ago. Welcome all you guys. The thing I have noticed is how when I look at the stats on YouTube, the average age has really dropped since all these TikTokers come along. So, whether any of you actually watch the videos, let's see, it remains to be seen. Also, I haven't mentioned before, with the sort of, with all these extra people coming along, it's sort of given me a little bit more of a lease of life, but it's also reminded me, partially what this channel was aimed for, and partially is to try and help, me advocate for people with neurodiversity, so the ones I particularly have, so I can talk about, are autism, ADHD and dyslexia. So I thought, just before we get into doing the car stuff, I'll do a little bit, because a lot of these things seem to end up with lots and lots of acronyms around them. So I just thought I'd kind of do a quick explanation of what some of them are. So we're over to the high-tech graphics with my badly handheld thing. So autism, if you're diagnosed now with autism, what they actually call it is ASD, so it's autistic spectrum disorder. You can imagine a lot of people who are autistic aren't very keen on that word. I can't say I am really, you know, I'm happy to be called autistic or whatever, but disorder, not really very keen on that word. Right, and the one that seems to be getting quite a lot of attention at the moment is ADHD, which is Attention Deficit Hyperactive Disorder. Now, that kind of covers two quite different things. So it comes in two different flavours, if you like. There's a hyperactivity flavour, or there is the inattentive flavour. So my ADHD diagnosis, my bit of paper, my certificate if you like, says I've got attention deficit hyperactive disorder, brackets, inattentive type. I'll just explain a little bit about that and what it looks like in a second. The last one you might see, and if any of you read my banner you will see, is that. Oops. Basically, that is autism and ADHD. So you kind of write it, that's a sort of a shorthand. So if you say someone's saying they are that, that means, like me, they've got the jackpot of autism and ADHD. I forgot to mention one more thing about ASD, autism spectrum disorder. You might also hear Asperger's. Asperger's is a thing that used to be diagnosed but is no longer, because basically Asperger's is just, you can almost say, a subset of autism. My own diagnosis says it's ASD brackets Asperger's type, but it's my understanding there's this thing called the DSMs, which are the kind of thing that doctors use for everything, and Asperger's is no longer mentioned in there. But if you ever hear anyone talk about Asperger's, they're just talking about autism. I was just watching, whilst I was working, one of the Skidmore Garage videos, and it just suddenly popped in my mind. I don't know why these things suddenly happen, but they do. That I was going to do a little bit in the videos, asking for, so there's some stuff I kind of need soonish, that if anybody notices any for sale second hand or anything. The first is I need some alley sheet for the floor, or possibly checker plate, but it needs to be 1.5 mil maximum. And also, so I'm going to need a fair bit because I need the floor, I need for the bulkhead around the tank and the bulkhead behind the seats. Now I normally use the metal supermarket, who are pretty good obviously for new metal, and Ali sheet is a bloody fortune at the moment. So if you happen to see anyone advertising any for sale, can you give me a shout and, you know, send me a link or whatever it is. And the other thing I'm after is a steering wheel, 300mm flat bottom. Also a little thank you as well. Some of you may have noticed my very unsubtle hint to these guys, because I noticed they'd started following. They've been good. Oops, they've been good enough to offer me a little bit of discount. The Racing Aspirations website, I've just done a little update that I want to show you. First, I just apologise. You can probably hear background noise. 3D printer going, printing front wing shape. Anyway, just brought in this thing where it gives you different categories, a kind of a rating. So this is my rear suspension. As you can see, it's not saying it's too great. Motion ratio, I can't do much about because of the spring I'm using, because of using a second-hand Suzuki GSX-R springs. I've got quite a high spring poundage or kilogrammage, whichever you want to call it, so I can't do a lot about that one. Camber gain, I can. So the great thing with this program is you can have a sort of a play around. So I get those back up, and if we look at my bottom suspension mount, if we move it up, it's going up and up, we hit a point where camber gain becomes acceptable. Now, obviously I need to go in a little bit. Oh, actually that has done it for me. Now, with the mount I've already got on there, I can fairly easily move that position up. I think I worked out about 30mm. Fairly easily, basically leaving the current mount on there and welding another one on above. I don't really want to be cutting them off because of they're fully welded on, but also that there, because when you cut them off there's always a danger of damaging or cutting through. So I can put another mount above it, which I suppose will also give me flexibility. I can put one above quite easily that's 30mm above where I am, so that would be there. I've got to double check, but I'm pretty sure, because I've made these adjustable at both ends, I'm pretty sure the extra length there I can accommodate. Let's just have a look. So that was 292, wasn't it? So if we bring that back down to where it was, yeah, I mean, you can see there we're only actually changing the length of that lower arm by a couple of mil. I've certainly got the movement in there. So I think I might change that in. Let's just have a little look. If we change this to be our graphs on the bottom, and we want camber. Oh, hang on a minute, I can't remember how to change the graphs on the bottom. How do we do that? Not that. Oh, it's that one, isn't it? So we get rid of that. Apply. So there's our camber there. So if we go through that range, I'll open back the graph back, the original one back up. So that's where we were. Ah, it's reverted all that back again. Get rid of that. Look at that. So that's our camber change with ride height change. So I can't display the graph and do that at the same time, bugger. Can I? Yes, I can. I have to see it underneath there. So if we go up on that one, we should start seeing this. These graphs on the bottom can be a bit misleading because it does change the scale there. But if you see the scale, so when we started, we were there with about 1 and a bit degree of camber change. Then, so if we bring this down to 180, which is fairly easy change to make, yeah, you can see, look at the massive difference now in the amount of camber gain. So if I move that to 180, we've got a 0.2, let's get rid of that a second. We've got a camber change from my set position of -2 to from my set position of -2 to -0.2. So the whole camber change over a range there is what, 1.8 degrees, where originally how I've got that on one, so that's 210. Get rid of that. Then we go from -2 to +2, so that's about 3.2. That is a fair old difference for moving that up 30 mils. So I think what I'll do when I'm back out in the garage in a minute. Out of interest, by the way, if you're interested in any of this, when you put your stuff in on here, by default the suspension plans are public, so if any of you want to go in and have a look, you can actually have a play around with my models. You can see they're all called PX200. The way I've done this, obviously PX200 rear, P1, P2, P3, P4, it's the same geometry, but it's with the shock mounted in the different positions to give the different sort of stiffness of suspension. We've got lots and lots and lots of tabs going on. Tabs for the sort of passenger dashboard, tabs for the fuel lines, tabs for the rear bulkhead. So many tabs. I've run out of 6mm tabs and got to order some more. My tip for the day: when you're welding and feeling tired, don't try and do one more weld because it would be alright. Stop, else you might end up with a finger like that. So I'm sat back in the car after lots of tags on. Somewhere back there I've done a bit of extra bracing for the top shock mount. I was a bit concerned with the way, see the mount there, and it's obviously welded on there. I was a bit worried about with the torque there, that there wasn't much weld across there, so I've put an extra bracket on. So I've increased the kind of surface area of weld by about 50%. And then I'm sat back in the car. Now, why am I sat here? Oh, you see that's all on a level now, so I've raised that up level with there, which is great. I've now got plenty of knee room, but I'm now sat here thinking, do you know what, the steering wheel's a little bit high. Perhaps I shouldn't have fully welded this bit in. But I think I'll have a little leave that at the moment rather than jumping in. Anyway, there we are. But one of the other main reasons is I'm trying to check pedal positions. You might be able to see there the throttle pedal. I've 3D printed a kind of a pad for it, because the original one was either long and it's too high. You can see there That's like the rod sticking out the top. You can see the rod there, the 3D printed bit. I'm going to, I made up my mind yet whether to actually make it completely out of carbon using a kind of a mould and I can't remember the name of the thing, but basically you use chopped up bits of carbon in a mould, or I might just cover it in carbon just to make it look a bit blingy. But basically, before I do that, I'm trying to make sure it's in a comfortable position. And I think still the bottom is a bit fat, so my foot is on the bottom bit. You can't really see, can you? If I go like that, I don't know. Let's go even further around. Yeah, you can see when my foot goes on, it's kind of on the bottom bit rather than the whole bit. So I think I need to just change the shape of that 3D print a little bit. And then obviously we will take an angle grinder to the excess. Alright, you got framed through the steering wheel. So I'm going to wrap the video up at that point. It's one of those updates where I've actually spent a fair bit of time out, not a massive amount because I'm still pretty snowed under with work, a fair bit of time out here, but it's one of those ones because it's all these little things like the lugs and moving stuff around slightly and bracing bits. It doesn't look like a whole lot's done. And I've got to say, from my perspective, I'm getting a little bit of that kind of itchy, I want to get on with things. I mean, a lot of people are impatient with things, but it's certainly an ADHD trait. I've got to make sure I reel that in, because when that happens, that's when I rush things and I don't do a very good job of them. And I want to make sure that this car is done really well, because as far as I'm concerned, this will be my forever car. Anyway, I'm sure I've already said lots of times over, welcome to all the new people. Because of all these new people, I've now got enough subscribers that YouTube is now trying to encourage me to extract a little bit of money out of you. So if you have a look on the bottom, you can now become a member of the channel. There's a couple of different sort of levels of membership, but the second and third tier mean that there's a good chance that you will, when this car is going, you'll be able to come out for a run in the car if you fancy that, either on the track or on the road. And also there's this sort of thanks thing, which means basically you can kind of like a tip jar, you can buy me a cup of coffee, or probably more likely if you chuck a couple of quid in there, it's going to pay for some bolts and stuff on. See you later.